Hi everyone, I'm Abhinav Nakra. I head the ITAT business at Attero, and I would today introduce you to Paras, who heads the MetalMandi business for us. Hi Paras,
Hi, Abhinav.
welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for welcoming me.
I would like to understand from you how MetalMandi is offering solutions in the market and what are the kind of businesses that MetalMandi is looking at.
Sure. So, Abhinav, as you would know, scrap market in India is highly informal in nature, right? Majority of the scrap originates from either households or factories or corporates or producers, right?
Sure.
Now, a lot of this scrap might directly go to the recycler or it might go to the informal market, which is nothing but kabadiwalas. Now, in India, 70 to 80% of the scrap is today circulated via informal market.
Okay.
And that's where the entire problem lies. This informal market is surrounded by a lot of problems. They cannot sell in GST because they do cash transactions, right? Because of which government is not able to record the transactions.
Sure.
Second, they don't get payments on time because when they sell to other scrap dealers, they have a cycle. They will also sell to recyclers wherein the payment will come after 1 week or 2 weeks, and then they will pay to the small kabadiwalas or small scrap dealers.
Okay.
Third, they do not know the exact price of the scrap they are selling. Now, these bigger kabadiwalas will exploit these smaller kabadiwalas, right? They will not tell them the exact price. And since there are so many people involved, the price gets inflated. So, fourth problem is they do not have a tracking. The moment they sell their scrap, they don't know where the scrap has gone, who has bought the scrap, whether it is getting recycled or not. Like this, there are n number of problems which are surrounded or which are inculcated in this informal market.
Okay.
So, MetalMandi as a platform, what it's trying to do is it's trying to formalize this informal market. Now, how we are trying to formalize? This is a platform in very simple terms wherein anybody can come and sell their scrap, any kind of scrap, and anybody can come and buy the scrap, any kind of scrap. Now, while we do that, we'll be able to onboard a lot of recyclers in the country who today has to go out, put their people on the field and find scrap dealers wherein they can get genuine scrap, good quality scrap and at good prices. But this is a platform wherein they can do all of these things. Similarly, for these sellers, for these smaller kabadiwalas, they directly get access to these recyclers, which today is impossible for them. Second, they directly get payment, which are via trusted platform. Now, MetalMandi is a platform approved by Government of India.
Okay.
It's a platform which is secured, right? All our payments are digitized as well as secured. So they don't have to worry about their payments getting not coming on time or payments getting lost, right? So they will directly get payments. Third, they'll get end-to-end tracking. The moment they place an order on the app and they sell it to someone, they'll be able to track the entire order, where the vehicle has gone, invoice will be generated on the app itself, and end-to-end everything tracking along with documentation will be there.
Sure.
So this formalizes the market. It will help us record the transactions and we also provide live prices. These people can see prices in the entire day multiple times and they have the bargaining power, right?
So do the metal prices change as per, just like a stock exchange, they change every day? Is it?
Exactly. And just like stock market, it changes every second, right?
Okay.
Metal prices, every couple of hours, it changes.
Commodity pricing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So every day market opens in the morning based on London Metal Exchange or local metal exchange, the prices are determined.
Sure.
And every couple of hours, these prices change.
Okay.
And MetalMandi is trying to bring those prices in the application wherein people can see live prices and they can get a fair deal for their scrap.
So if I understand it correctly, MetalMandi offers a single solution for all the scrap dealers.
Correct.
Where they can get the right and correct pricing for they are not undercut by a bigger player.
Correct.
And the metal waste or any kind of waste that is being collected by the MetalMandi team goes into the recycling in the right and the correct form.
Correct form. And also one more advantage is there that today these small scrap dealers cannot sell to recyclers because the quantity is very small.
Sure.
Like they might have 50 kgs of scrap in a week or 100 kgs of scrap. Attero is trying to build the logistics or supply chain in a way that we can procure scrap directly from these small scrap dealers and recycle.
And that is irrespective of any quantity that they are holding.
Irrespective of any quantity, yes.
Okay, which is a great solution. Yeah. So that tells me that, Attero is building the complete solution because I had the corporate business where any kind of IT assets which are decommissioned or refurbished, or are to be refurbished is handled by me. There's a separate team which handles the EPR business and the green metal business.
Sure.
Your team looks after the scrap dealers and the informal sector.
Correct.
And there's a D2C brand which is SellSmart, where an individual like you and me,
correct,
if we have any kind of waste, electronic waste or IT waste at our home, the old Nokia phones or a Kongdorf microwave, we can always go to the Sell Smart platform to sell them as well. So a complete solution where all kind of waste which is collected can be consolidated under the single umbrella of Attero and can be processed and recycled.
I think Abhinav, Attero is the only company which is doing this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right? We are trying to put our footprints in the entire supply chain of scrap. Right?
Sure.
Now, scrap in India is, like I told you in earlier part of my conversation, that scrap in India is in multiple areas, right? Households, corporates, factories, everything. Now, Attero, while they have built all these businesses, is trying to cater to all of these verticals, all of these spaces, which today are unfilled. There is no company which is doing that, right? And like I talk about ITAD. ITAD is such a new concept, right? It's something which is still unknown to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And people don't understand the seriousness of disposing their assets responsibly, right?
Agreed.
So I would want you to tell me why you think ITAD is important, right? And maybe if you can tell me that how Attero is helping corporates dispose of their assets responsibly.
So, sure, I'll do that. In a corporate scenario, the IT assets are either decommissioned after a particular lifespan, depending on the policy, or they are decommissioned after the end of life.
Sure.
So I'll explain you. Typically, an organization will have a 3 to 4 year of lifespan for any kind of IT assets, whether that is, the laptops or the phones or the headsets or the communication devices, and a lifespan of 5 to 7 years for the servers and bigger storage devices. These assets are still in a very good condition to be reused in the market. So they can go back into the economy, go back into the re-commerce segment, after refurbishment and cosmetic improvements or functional improvement, depending on the kind of damage that these assets have seen with the corporate.
Sure.
And they can go back into the second life. That is something which is ITAD. Another option is, if the assets have reached the end of life and they cannot be reused, we can always go to the recycling of these assets.
Correct.
In the best and the correct way, because filling the landfills and it's big responsibility for all the corporates as well as individuals like us, to ensure that the waste is disposed correctly. Because the future generation, that is going to be, coming up in next 15, 20 years, will see landfills of IT waste, So it is very critical at this junction that we realize that the correct disposition or the correct disposal or correct recycling is very critical for the future. And there's a limit to the natural mining that we can do. We have ample of e-waste in the country, tons and tons of e-waste is collected every second. We can always recycle them, extract the necessary elements out of them and put them again into use in order to ensure that the lesser burden is there on the natural mining process.
Sure.
This is called urban mining, where the existing products, we use them to mine the correct elements and the correct metals out of them.
So tell me one thing, Abhinav. So responsibly, right, disposing of IT assets is very important, right? Not only for the environment, but it is a responsibility which lies with the corporate.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the right thing to do. And there are a lot of players in the market who are buying these IT assets along with Attero.
Okay.
Now, how would these corporates know that Attero is the company which is the right company to sell these assets? How do they know that we are the ones who are responsibly recycling it?
So, starting from the data sanitization, which is the most critical portion for any corporate. The data is the gold for today. Every corporate, in all the assets that they procure or they hold or they use, a lot of data is, either transacting on their assets or is being used and being stored in their assets. So correct way to dispose of any kind of asset, the first necessary step is to sanitize the data.
Sure.
And that is where Attero has various technologies that we use. We use various global level softwares as well as we have proprietary technologies to do that. Apart from that, finding the right recycler is very critical in today's time. Because if you go with the informal sector, like in your case, the informal sector is a scrap dealer. In our case, informal sector are the local dealers who buy the assets from the corporates, change, the configurations, dismantle them and sell the individual parts also, which is also the right way to do it. But the informal sector is huge in our segment as well. What is very critical for a corporate is to find the right partner who hold the work responsibly.
Correct.
And they are responsible not only towards the IT assets that they're procuring, but also the future of the country and the future of the earth. It is very important. Attero leads that space. we hold 46 patents.
Correct.
And we have applied for 200 more patents.
Wow.
We extract about 27 elements in a periodic table, which is the highest, in the country.
Right.
And these kind of technologies and the proprietary, technologies that we have are the right ways to dispose of, because the maximum extraction is possible with us.
Correct.
So any corporate which is going for the recycling is aware that Attero is the right partner, because nothing will be wasted out of an asset.
Correct.
Everything that is possible to be extracted presently in the country will be extracted and will be put to a reuse.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.